Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So in this series of learning company fundamentals, today we'll be discussing about the PE ratio, which is the part 2 of our series. And if you have not checked the part 1 of this series, then go and check it out. I have given the link in the description below. So let's get started. Okay, so in this given example, we will understand how to calculate the PE ratio, and then we will understand what is the meaning of PE ratio. Okay, so in this example, let's say that I have a company XYZ Limited and the share price of my company is 100. So first we have to find what is EPS. So EPS is nothing but profit after tax upon number of shares which the company has, and you will see all the formula on the top left of your screen. Okay, so here in this example our EPS is 2 rupees. Okay, and to calculate the PE ratio we have to divide the current share price upon the EPS, which is 50. And what the PE ratio stands for is that for earning 2 rupees I am paying 100, which means that I am paying 50 times that of EPS. That is the meaning of PE ratio. And now we'll understand this by seeing an actual company. So here you can see that the EPS of Persistent Systems is 66 rupees and the current share price is 2250 rupees. That means that to earn 66 rupees, I am paying 2250 rupees, which is 34 times the EPS. And the 34 times is nothing but the PE ratio. So now for calculating the EPS and PE, what we have to do is use the same formula that we used in the example. For EPS, we have to do PAT upon number of shares. So in this case, we find PAT in the quarterly result. Here you add all the profit after tax from March 2020 to March 2021, which is right here. I will highlight it. You have to add March 2020 to March 2021 and then divide this with the number of shares, which are 7.64 crore, and that will give us the EPS. And when we divide the current share price upon EPS, that will give us the PE ratio. Here you can see that the few companies have PE which is 0. So what does that mean? That means that the company is not providing any profit after tax. So if you go and check right here, the profit is in minus. That means the company is in loss. So therefore, their EPS is also in minus. And since they don't provide any profit, they have no PE value. Now here the main question arises is, what is the use of PE? The investors use PE to identify if the stock is overvalued or undervalued. So here if you see, I've opened up again Persistent Systems on money control, and here you can see that the TTM PE is much larger than the sector PE. So here TTM PE is 38.15, whereas sector PE is 30.97. So here you can conclude that this stock is overvalued. Whereas I have also opened up Infosys right here in it, and this is one of the peers of Persistent Systems. You can see that the TTM PE of Infosys is bit less than the sector PE, and in this case, the stock is undervalued. But this is only one of the ways of identifying if the stock is overvalued or undervalued. You also have to check the remaining fundamentals to have a clear vision on when to buy a stock and when to sell stocks. Generally, the thumb rule is that when the stock is undervalued, people buy it, and when the stock is overvalued, people sell it. But before investing, you have to have a deep knowledge of the company and also understand the other fundamentals. Now, I hope you have understood what is PE ratio, and in the upcoming videos, we will be covering a lot of important fundamentals. So stay tuned for that. And yes, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you.